Wuying Ren, 19 years old. A man who does whatever he can to take care of those who follow him. Voiced by Takumi Hagiwara in the Japanese dub, and by my friend Eric Kelso in the English dub.
I heard you want to join the heavens. Bring me $500, we'll talk about it.
Born on December 4th, 1967, Ren grows to be one of the most beloved characters in the series. This is because out of every other character, I feel we can all agree he has the most character development potential. Players are introduced to Ren initially as an intimidating character, cited by many to be a ruthless ruler of a major gang in Hong Kong called the Heavens.
What should I do?
There is one thing you can do, but it is very dangerous.
I'll do anything.
Then go find Ren of Heavens.
Ren of Heavens?
The man hunting Zhu is Do Nu of the Yellowheads.
Do Nu.
There's a man who's been a rival of Do Nu. He may have some information.
Ren of Heavens?
Yes, Aberdeen is where the Heavens is based.
All right.
So you've had some difficult times. And Zhu's whereabouts?
Ren of Heavens might have some information.
Ren of Heavens? Wait. Are you planning to find Ren?
He's the only clue I have now.
Don't. You're needlessly risking your life.
I really need to find young Da Zhu. I must avenge my father's death.
You still don't understand. Martial arts are used to protect people's lives. If you use your fists otherwise, you will walk on the path of evil too.
When Ryo first meets Ren, we are greeted by this mysterious man, whom we were told to stay away from, with a scenario where he pretty much tries to rob Ryo and stab him. This pretty much validates the player's expectations of how Ren actually is. All of the warnings Ryo was given have been confirmed in this single moment.
Are you the one who wants to make a donation?
On one condition. I want to know where young Da Zhu is.
Easy, no problem. May the gods be with you. Oh, all right, you win.
However, over time, we see an interesting change in Ren's persona when it comes to his interactions with Ryo, his involvement with the prophecy quest, and maybe even his own moral values growing into maturity. Let's look a bit further into this. It seems the common theme within Shenmue, relative to major characters, is that the player is meant to think one way about someone, but then is switched to believe in that character in an alternate way. A prime example of this is how Li Xiaotao is portrayed to be an elder master,
Tao Li Shou, one of Hong Kong's elder masters.
which maybe plays on the discriminatory preconditioning of the player, but then she is shown to be a beautiful young woman.
Going astray.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the master here.
She is Li Xiaotao.
Huh?
Also, with Joy, she is shown to be quite reckless, but also very well connected. But then when we come to realize that yes, she is very well connected, she is also very calculated, and not maybe as reckless as we thought. Ren, on the other hand, seems to be structured a bit differently, more complex, if you will. As I previously mentioned, Ren is first spoken about in Shenmue 2, although you do see his name in Shenmue 1 as a high score in the arcade, but we won't mention that. He is framed to Ryo, and the player by extension, to be an important, powerful, connected, and dangerous character. Wuying also warns us not to see him due to these aforementioned traits. When we meet Ren, he definitely fills these shoes metaphorically created by these warnings. I mean, he literally tries to steal Ryo's money, ask him who he is, and slice his face with a knife. Sounds kinda like a jerk to me. But why is Ren like this? Well, that question is interesting as we don't know much about Ren's past. Most of the information we can gather is actually from Wong, and a good amount of this can be seen in the side comic Unlockable in the Xbox release of Shenmue 2, and also within the trailer of Shenmue Online actually. Now I know this trailer is not canon, but it does at least contain some similar elements from the side comic, so I'm going to use it anyway. In the side comic, we see Wong apparently maybe stealing something from two thugs. Not sure who these two people are, but he gets caught, and it seems like he is not in a good situation right now. However, Ren walks by and Wong now feels safe, but Ren just looks at Wong and says something on the lines of he doesn't care about those who potentially can't take care of themselves. Wong then takes this as inspiration, lights up what seems to be some sort of maybe firecrackers, and escapes. When he runs away, Ren walks up to the thugs and seems to beat him up. This, I feel, really shows a softer side of Ren that we somewhat get hints towards throughout the games. I will go as far as saying that Ren is the anti-hero of Shenmue. Ren definitely cares about those who are close to him, but he hides this behind a hard shell of a personality. He uses things such as greed, hardness, and vague macho-like personality traits to hide his true emotions. This is where I find Ren to be absolutely fascinating.
I'm not giving up.
I would love to explore why Ren is like this, but I feel to fully understand why Ren is the way he is, we would have to look at his childhood and how he was raised to fully understand him. Sadly, not much is known here. I hope we will find out more in the future Shenmue games. I don't think Shenmue 3 will reveal this information, as I feel we would learn a lot more closer to the climax of the story. My thoughts on this are kind of because of a theory that my co-admin Norris and I have conceptualized. However, this theory will remain a secret for now. With the limited knowledge that we currently have about Ren, I guess the only assumption I can make is that he also follows the route of either being an orphan or maybe his parents being somewhat reluctant towards him. I could see this sending someone down the path to lead a big gang and have the traits of Ren. I suggest anyone who is potentially interested in the psychology side of this, definitely check out Attachment Theory. There are many good books on this subject. With the ever-growing concept of parents and backgrounds in Shenmue, I wouldn't be surprised if there were similarities between Wuying and Ren's past. Maybe the Chiyu men are involved with Ren's past as well. This could be one of many explanations why Ren knew exactly who Lan Di was when Ryo mentioned him.
I was on my own, till you came along.
Who are you trying to take revenge on anyway?
Lan Di.
Oh, Landy. Landy of the Chiyo men?
You know it? Tell me what you know. Who is young Dazu?
He used to be the big boss of Hong Kong. I heard he lost it all, though.
What about the Phoenix Mirror?
The Phoenix Mirror?
There was another mirror of a dragon, but Lan Di took it.
Landy took it. Dragon and Phoenix? A pair of mirrors and a Chiyo man. I smell something really fishy here. And I smell money again. First, we gotta do something about this. At daybreak, we move.
Also, one other thing that could be cool to see is maybe a bit of story development between Wuying and Ren if they are similar in this way. Wuying doesn't seem to like Ren as she tells Ryo that he is dangerous when he first mentions him. But maybe if they meet in the later games, they both realize that they aren't so different after all, and maybe they bond. That would be a pretty cool story development. Hell, maybe they could even become love interests. I'm gonna call it right now. I am going to call that they become a thing in the later games. So let's see if I'm right. With all this in mind, the biggest execution of this overarching story of Ren's real personality is shown between his interactions with Ryo throughout the game. At first he seems like a jerk, but over time, Ren seems to fall into line with enjoying Ryo's presence, and also even caring about him. It may start off with Ren being interested in the mirror when Ryo chases him through Lucky Plaza. Over the course of Shenmue 2, particularly in Kowloon, we see this friendship brew between them, especially during the escape sequence. They become quite comfortable with each other, and grounds for a long friendship seem to be developing. I personally think that Ren is almost filling the role of Fukusan for Ryo, while Ryo is adventuring through China. However, that statement is a topic for a future video. Ren is very much a complex character. I find him to be much more complex than any other character, aside from Shenhua of course. There seems to be quite a bit of pre-release information and art of Ren as well that shows a rich history to his character from a game design aspect, and also brings up many questions about his future in the story. This topic will be the focus of part 2, because I have a lot of research to bring to the table here. And so we've reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry it took so long for me to get it out. I've been talking about this video for quite some time now. Shenmue is one of those games that seems to always hide so much mysticism to it. It is such a fascinating topic that merely grows in mystery over time. I hope my videos so far have helped establish this topic in the minds of new fans. For me, the mysticism never fades. In my adventures through life, one of the biggest inspirations that keeps me going is that there are so many more things to know about regarding Shenmue. And as always, thanks for watching.